Elsa.
Good morning everyone. To Miss Elsa, our opposite team, and all audience members, thank you for being here. I'm Safira Yanisa Yasia as the first speaker of the pro team, alongside Marsha Kayla Aurora as second speaker, and Epika Nadia Putra as third speaker. Our speaker today is Prabowo Viras Program of Continuation. President Prabowo launched this program on January 6, 2025 as a priority 1090 areas to improve children's nutrition and development. Indonesia still struggles with malnutrition and stunting. A freelance program helps address this by encouraging school teachers, especially in remote or poor areas, receive balanced meal with the nutrition they need to grow and learn well. Good nutrition boosts immunity, learning focus, and brain development, leading to a healthier, smarter, and more productive generation for Indonesian people.
Good morning. Thank you to the moderator for the opportunity as well as the opposite team and the qualified audience. The topic of the debate is the Free Nutrition Network Program or NDG. In today's opportunity, we will discuss the referendaries and need for NDG program. Before that, let's introduce my team members. I am Susan Kaherianti as the first speaker, then Aratana Bensai as the second speaker, then Leonard Hendi as the third speaker. Musik debate at this time is quite supportive for Indonesian students at the beginning of 2025. At the beginning of the year, there is a new program. However, this time in terms of the NDG program is one program. This new program is a hot topic that we need to discuss because there are so many factors and consequences that people need to know. The NDG program launched by the Prabowo Gibran has officially been discussed in the 2025 Vision Line. President Prabowo Subianto's program has been launched since Monday, 6 January and targets around 600,000 school children in 26 Indonesian provinces. To support this large-scale project, the government has prepared at least 190 Indonesian farming service and unit RSPDG that are also spread around dozen of provinces. The program is one of the government's efforts to provide a decent life for the community and improve the nutritional quality of Indonesian children. However, in practice, several schools that have disabled transportation have received very small levels. However, President Prabowo Subianto's mainstay free nutrition meal program has not met the nutrition needs standards. Yasminati said that this program are very crucial and shall be evaluated and fixed by the government as soon as possible.
The free lunch program is not only improve children nutrition but also to boost the local economy. Targeting to 82 million children, annually it will roll out gradually 40% in 1 year and 80% in years old, and full implementation by 2029. Food expense make up to 45.5% of household spending in Indonesia. We offer sharing free meals, especially in low-income areas. The program financial contributes supporting food security and economic equality. Chairman of Wenti Press Wiranto notes that sourcing food from local farmers and small and medium-sized enterprise increase their income and strengthen food insecurity. The program benefits the local economy by 1. Boosting for local production, reducing reliance on imports. 2. Creating jobs in cooking, logistics, and distribution. 3. Triggering economic growth through increased local spending. 4. Reduction inequality, improving nutrition and productivity. In short, the free lunch program is more than social and its strategic investment in health, equality, and economic empowerment.
Well, in this free nutritious meal can encourage growth and drive the local economy. It needs to be known quoting from kontan.co.id Jakarta. Food imports are expected to soar along with the implementation of the Free Nutritious Meal (FNB) program initiated by Prabowo Gibran. the Ministry of Agriculture Kementan recently announced a plan to increase imports of 1 million dairy cows to support the program. Sudaryono explained that the regulation in the form of a government regulation (PP) governing the import dairy cows has been complex, so the procurement does not only come from Australia. In fact, Sudaryono said this PP has just been complex. We can import from several additional countries besides Australia and other registered countries. We will add to other countries. We hope that in 2025, 100,000 cows will enter by the end of the year, said Sudaryono when meet at the presidential palace in Jakarta Tuesday. So from this information, we can see that the program has not been able to maximize local food products. So there are still imports to meet the adequacy of food distributed to the inland community.
Indonesia Free School Lunch Program is a high-cost initiative aimed at improving student nutrition, education, and economic equality. Though it requires over 1,000 trillion rupiah and raises budget concerns, it's seen as a long-term investment. Funded mainly by the national budget, the program boosts student performance, eases family burdens, and support local farmers and small and medium-sized enterprise. According to the World Food Program, it's $1 interest return to $3.6 in economic benefits. Despite the high cost, the program offers strong returns in education, health, and local economic growth.
Okay. If these free nutritious meals make the budget efficient and positive, then we need to know that in the midst of fiscal limitation, the large cost required for the free nutritious meal program result in the government possibly having to shift other budget allocation. As an illustration, the budget for free nutritious meal program for 1 year is estimated to reach 37% of the total budget for the BPS program for 5 years. The LPG program budget itself around 56% of the total budget for the BPS, both Mega Food Card and PIB programs spread across various ministries or institutions. The difficulty of increasing state revenue quickly. The Indonesian government may have to reallocate the budget for other programs or increase the fiscal deficit state by CNBC Indonesia 2024 sacrificing other programs. The budget for the free nutritious meal program is equivalent to 90% of the total social protection spending allocation of the Ministry of Social Affairs in 2024, which is to run out of its social protection program, including legal and basic food assistance, according to BBC Indonesia 2024, in order to make room for the MBG program. The food program under the Ministry of Social Affairs, which is planned to be budgeted at 1.2 trillion for 2025, will be postponed for the BED 23 or 24. In fact, the food program is one of the crucial programs to ensure inclusive access and adequate nutrition for the elderly and disabled. In addition, the budget for the free lunch program is much larger. The government is at risk of increasing the state deficit to 3% of gross domestic product if it cannot meet budget need. In fact, government regulation number 23 2003 stipulates that the cumulative amount of APBN deficit must not exceed 3% of GDP for the year in question. With this, the government has lowered Indonesia's debt ratio, the lower limit of the fiscal deficit from 2.45% to 2.29% in the 2024 APBN. So this free nutritious meal program does not yet have a specific management institution. So in practice, there are still many problems that arise.